Hi, this is Raj from MR Sportscars. In this video I'm going to be talking about 981 era Boxsters and Caymans and the options that are available on these cars when they were new. So these are cars that run from 2012 to 2015, some were late registered 2016, but basically they all had a very similar option list, pretty much identical. There may have been a couple of things that were introduced during that era, but basically you could get a whole suite of options. And for some people who are new to Porsche, this is a video worth watching because not every single option of what was available is currently on the market. So this is a nice little video to summarize basically what you can see in the sales brochures. Now, when we put up cars on our website, we actually leave the original sales brochures to be viewed. So you can actually look up this car for sale and there will be the sales brochure as a PDF to download. So you can look at the full color options, leathers, wheels, everything to understand just how well and highly spec'd our cars are. And that applies to even cars that we've sold in the past. They've still got the PDF of the original sales brochure that Porsche produced, which is a fantastic resource. I'm going to summarize some of those options that are available because I've got quite a large range of options on the cars, not just these two, but also cars in the unit. So the first one is a 981 Cayman GTS. This is a 2015 model year car registered October 2014. And the other one is a Boxster S 2014 as well. And these two sort of highlight some of the really nice options you could get on the cars. And then I can refer to some 991s I've got in there as well, because they had similar options to these from the factory. Now, first of all, I'm going to talk about colours. So there was a huge range of colours available on these cars. And you could get, with the Caymans, you could get, I think there was 4 standard colours, then there was metallics, then there was a special order, and then there was even patent to sample, so you could get unique colours as well on your car from new. This is Guards Red. The Boxster is in a lovely special order GT Silver Metallic, which is extremely well. It does extremely well in the sun, as does Guards Red actually. But a lot of people really love GT Silver in particular because it is so striking, so pure. The hoods also on Boxsters could be spec'd in different colours. Most are in black, but obviously, as you can see, this one is in bright red, and the interior also is in bright extended leather. So as a standard, the interiors didn't come with leather on the doors or on the dashboards. That had to be spec'd separately, and in fact, to get full leather seats, you had to spec that as well. So that was one of the big things you could do. They either came with half suede, half leather, or full leather just on the seats, but then you didn't have leather on the tops of the doors, so you only had it on the armrests here. So these are the GTS seats. They're also called the Hardback Sport Seats Plus because they have those plastic backs. They are not just available in the GTS, they're available in all of the cars. So Boxster could be spec'd with Hardback Sport Seats Plus. This car's got just what's called the sport seats, but then this car has got some other unique options, which, as well as having seat heating, which is optional, it also has ventilated seats as well. So it actually sucks air out of the base and the back of the seat to give a cooling effect on those. So that could be spec'd independently of what style seat you got. And these are actually the 14-way seats. So they've got lumbar support down in this section here. They're fully electric, and they've got a knee support here. That came with another option, which is memories. So you've got memories for the seat position there, also a link to the keys. The mirrors also were on memory, and the optional electric steering column also was on memory. Let me just grab the keys for these two cars so I can talk a bit easier. So let me open the hood. This is obviously unique to Boxsters. You can open the hood and you can actually do it with the key. So there we go. So it's got glass heated rear screen. And this hood can also go up and down at up to around 35 miles an hour on the move or with the controls in the car. Now, there was a whole host of wheel options, everything starting from 19-inch wheels. These are the 19-inch, I believe they're the Boxster S wheels. So they're a lovely design, and you could go all the way up to the other extreme, which is the 20-inch, these are called the Turbo 3 diamond cut wheels, and you could have them spec'd on either car. There was also the option for 20-inch Carrera S wheels, which are on this car, and also 20-inch Carrera Classic wheels, Classic 2 wheels, which are diamond cut. So these you could get on either car as well. So there's a fair few of the styles that were available. There was also the Sport Technos as well, and then there was I think there was a Cayman S style as well wheel. So a large number of wheels were available, also in different colours. So the spokes you could have painted in agate grey, like a dark grey rather than black. Even body coloured, so you could have the internals of the spokes painted red. And then the other thing you've got also is different styles of lights. So these two have PDLS, and very subtly these are different to these. Actually no, they might be the same. They do look the same. The plastics by standard were a satin black finish. So that's all these bits here, all of these bits here. This bit would have been as well, but this has been spec'd with body coloured rollover bars on that, so that was a separate option. Or you could have what this car's got, which is the black line aluminium window surrounds. It's also got painted black there, painted black there. These are painted. The front vents are as well. Now the GTS is quite special because it comes with a whole host of options as standard. Including the lights, the aero kit. So this has got a different front bumper. It makes it a little bit longer in total length compared to the standard. That's the standard Boxster bumper, and then the Cayman S and Cayman 2.7 bumpers were slightly different. And going back to engines, so either of these cars you could have in flat sixes, 2.7 flat six, 3.4 flat 6, and then this is the GTS, which has also got 3.4 flat 6, but it's got 10 more horsepower, 15 more horsepower than the equivalent non-GTS. And it's the same with the Boxster. You could have the GTS Boxster, which also has the 3.4 flat 6, just with more power as well. And then the rear lights you could also have different. So there you've got the red LED lights. Here you've got the darkened glass LED lights, which came as standard on the GTS. You could have a rear wiper or not. You could have badges painted in different colours, or you could have no badges or just Porsche, depending on what your preference was. Going back to the headlights, you could have the standard self-leveling bi-xenon headlights, or you could have these, which are the PDLS directional headlights. So this bezel here rotates as you go around corners. All of them come with daylight running lights as well, and you could have parking sensors as well, so there's extra sensors there. If I compare it to this Cayman GT4, you don't have anything like those sensors on the front or the back, so you have a nice clean bumper on that one. The interiors could be finished in a number of colours, blue, I think there was grey, then there's two tones as well. So I'll just show you a two-tone interior in a 911 Turbo S, which gives you a feel for what that would be in a 981. So here you've got two tones, so you have black across the tops of the doors, and then red, contrasting red there. So that's another option. The trims also, while I'm here, this is finished in carbon fibre, which was one of the options you could have. So carbon fibre all across, as well as the middle there. And then you also have this, which is called the smoker's package, but it's actually an extra little cubby rather than an open coin tray, which some people prefer because you don't get the dust building up in it. Now going back to these two cars, you could also have embossed headrests. So you could have the Porsche crest on there. I don't think either of these have, but this has the GTS insignia. This lovely Cayman does. And the other trims, so I just showed you the carbon. These two have got something that's actually slightly more unusual, which is leather. So these trims here were carbon fibre in that turbo. Here they've been flocked in leather, which is actually very unusual. This has got the same but in black. And you could have contrast stitching as well, another option. Now I'll show you the silver, standard silver option, which a lot of these cars have in this 991 Carrera S. So that's the standard trim finish, and that's the standard open cubby there that you would get if you didn't spec an optional trim. This has got the multifunction steering wheel in black. The others have got some other different interesting wheels, which I'll talk through as well. These are the standard sport seats, so they just have four-way electric there. So these switches here. This car doesn't have Bose, so it doesn't have the Bose little logo there. Actually, while I'm here with the turbo, I'll show you something else. So this car's got the 12-speaker Burmeister system, so that has different surrounds for the speakers, and it's got different speaker setup altogether. As a result, these two cars are spec'd with Bose, so I'll just show you that. That's 12 speakers, 445 watt from memory in both of these cars, so it's got Bose there, and this is that silver trim that would have been all across here if it had had that. Now, in terms of other options, you could have the keys painted. I mean, look, all these different cars here have all got the same key, but they're all in different colours. So that's a really nice way of distinguishing your car. So there we go. All the different options there. Colours of the rainbow. So as I was saying, the GTS also comes with the aero kit standard, so that lower bumper is different to the standard bumpers you get on Caymans and Boxsters, but that could be spec'd from the factory. And then going back to the inside, there were a number of options available in terms of the navigation system. So let me just... They all come up with their own individual logo. So you could have DAB. You could also have the phone module, so it will automatically pair with your phone, which is just doing there when you get in with the Bluetooth enabled. And you could also have the TV tuner as well, a 6 CD changer in there as well. So the Turbo S actually has the 6 CD and it has the TV tuner as well. If you didn't have the ventilated seats, but you had heated seats, you would just get a single button there rather than the two. And this car's also got the dual zone climate control, so you can set different temperatures for different sides of the car. Whereas the other car here has just got the standard air conditioning, so it's just got a temperature and a fan speed just there. So let me just enable that. See, there's Boxster S instead of that GTS that you saw. So it's really nice, it's all customized like that. So you've just got hot and cold. Still works in the same way in terms of the power of the air conditioning, but it's just a different way of controlling it. So you don't actually have temperatures you set. Cruise control was also optional. The Cayman GTS doesn't have the cruise control. This has got the multifunction steering wheel, same as that 991 that I just showed you inside the unit, the blue one, but it has a heated steering wheel option, and that was only available with the multifunction steering wheel. Also has folding mirrors. So yeah, folding mirrors is an option which that one doesn't have. This doesn't have Sport Chrono Package Plus, so it doesn't have the stopwatch and clock there, but it does have the Sport button. It has an optional PASM Porsche active suspension management, so that's switchable sport suspension, which changes the ride height by 10mm. All these cars that we have here are equipped with the PDK except the GT4, so they all have the 7-speed semi-automatic gearbox with either paddles there, which are rocker switches, so you can change, push away to go up a gear or pull towards you each side to change gear. Or you could have had this, which was a sport design steering wheel in leather normally, but this one's in Alcantara for the rest of the half Alcantara, half leather interior. As I was saying, you could also have the sport design steering wheel, which has full-size paddles on both sides. This side's to go up a gear, that one's to go down a gear, so it feels much more race orientated. And this car's got Sport Chrono Package Plus, which you could have on any of these cars. So it's got a clock, works as a stopwatch as well. And then you have the extra Sport Plus button, which also gives you a Porsche active drivetrain mount, so variable stiffness mounts for the gearbox to send more of the sort of the energy of the change through the chassis, so you actually feel the gear changes. They all come with auto lights, and you could also get auto dimming mirrors as well, which then came with auto wipers as well, all in that package. You could have different colour seat belts, as you can see here, and also you could have, instead of just a fabric roof lining, you could have Alcantara. GTSs came with it as standard, but otherwise you would get like a textured fabric rather than actual Alcantara up there. You could also have garage links. You could have controls for up to 3 sort of fob devices, like an electric gate, electric garages, that kind of thing. These Sport Seats Plus, as standard, came with 2-way electric, so that's just the back. The rest was all manual. And then door entry guards, you could have different styles as well. So you could have carbon, you could have stainless steel, or you could have illuminated divisor of those, all there. So this car hasn't got the folding mirrors, so there's no button there, but you can manually fold them. The folding mirrors also come with LEDs, welcome LEDs, which aren't available unless you spec those. The headlight washers, as far as I know, they went up until 2014. Then it wasn't actually mandatory, so a lot of them didn't have it after that. But this has been spec'd as a GTS with them in black. Normally they come in chrome silver. And just running through what else I can. So, oh yeah, switchable sports exhaust. You have that button there as an additional one. So you're going to have up to 7 buttons there. There's no more options than that. These ones are always blank, even if you're fully spec'd. And the other aspect of that is the tailpipes. So GTSs came with satin black, which you can see there, but normally they would just be polished stainless silver. There'd be normally polished stainless silver there. They all have the wings that go up, except for the GT4, which has got a fixed rear wing. I'll just show you the other sports seats, adaptive hardback sports seats, because they were another option, which is also on this Turbo S. So these have a huge number of controls. It's the same shaped seat as the GTS ones, but they are hardback, but then they're leather flocked with contrast red stitching. So that's something you could also spec in your Caymans and Boxsters as well. It's just very few people did that. But you could also have the full lumbar support, full electric for every single adjustment, plus also these bolsters could go in and out as well. So it'll move these in and out, as well as the knee support. Also, you could have keyless entry in any of these cars. You have a fob, but basically you don't put it in the dashboard, and you've got a little button here to unlock the car, and you can also, with just your hand, swipe it across with the key in your pocket, and it will open up the boot, the front boot. So you can do that on all of these cars if it was spec'd from the factory. Now, S model cars and GTSs came with the larger brake setup with guards red calipers, and then the 2.7s Came with a slightly smaller brake setup with sort of a satin black brake caliper. You could also get an aluminium fuel filler. Actually, let me just show you that quickly on the Turbo S. You could also get LED lights on the Turbo S as well, so these are a different light altogether, but there's the optional aluminium fuel filler. You could also get carbon brakes, and they're normally finished with yellow on there. This Cayman GT4's also got the carbon brakes, which are available on all 981s. It's just a very high cost, so a lot of people didn't spec them. So that is pretty much all the options I wanted to talk about. There are others as well. If you do have any questions about options at all, please don't hesitate to get in touch. Thanks for watching.